Oops. I haven't sent bride. Novel Chapter 2. Chapter 2, The Night of the Wedding. Li Qianhui was Xia Micheng's stepmother. She had been a renowned actress in the entertainment industry back in her heyday. Even though she had given birth to 2 daughters, she had maintained her appearance well. She looked like a beautiful young mother with an elegant grace to her. Li Qianhui had originally been a mistress. However, she was rather crafty. Not only did she successfully hide her past as a mistress, she had even used smart tactics in order to cause waves among the circle of upper-crust ladies as the matriarch of the Xia family. Li Qianhui had organized the wedding on this day most beautifully. Even the wedding gown that Xia Micheng wore had been a special customized order from Milan that cost a pretty penny to make. Everyone praised Li Qianhui for a job well done. Xia Micheng pretended not to know anything, only revealing the shyness of a girl who was about to be married. She looked at the door of the car in anticipation. It's already time. But why has the groom not come to pick me up yet? Li Qianhui's expression changed when she heard that. Everyone glanced at each other. What was going on? Did the bride not know that she was going to marry a terminally ill man, one who was about to die? She was here to wash away the other family's bad luck. There was no groom for this wedding. Xia Chunyang stepped forward, guilt and avoidance in his eyes. Micheng, the groom is not feeling well today, so he won't be coming. You should go right ahead. Xia Micheng stiffened, but just as quickly, she giggled obediently. Okay, then I shall take my leave. Xia Micheng got into the car alone. The guests watched as Xia Micheng's gorgeous figure disappeared into the car. While she may be a country bumpkin girl, her figure was willowy and stunning with that beautiful wedding gown on her. There was an indescribable grace and allure to the aura that she emanated. Moreover, her clueless, obedient demeanor evoked overwhelming pity from the guests. Everyone glanced at Li Qianhui and began to gesticulate and whisper among themselves. She is so pretty on the outside, but she is still just a stepmother in the end. Especially with how she is trying to get someone else's daughter to tie the knot in this sham marriage instead of her own. Li Qianhui's face darkened. This wedding had originally been within her control, but Xia Micheng had managed to skillfully twist everyone's opinion in her favor to make her look bad. It seemed like she had underestimated Xia Micheng. However, there was still time in the coming days. She had ways to put her in her place. Xia Micheng entered the newlyweds' bedroom upon her arrival at the orchid garden. The lights were switched off. It was dark, and the atmosphere was a little eerie. Xia Micheng's black, shiny eyes shone in the dark, looking lustrous and alert. She came to the bed and vaguely saw a man lying on the soft and large mattress. This was her groom. Xia Micheng reached out, intending to check his pulse. However, the next second, her slender arm was suddenly caught by slender fingers in a tight hold. The world spun, and then she found herself pinned under him. Xia Micheng was startled. They had said that her new husband was a terminally ill man on the verge of death, but the fingers holding her arm in a vice grip were powerful. He was clearly a man who was very much in the pink of health. Who was he? Xia Micheng swiftly crooked her knee and aimed it right at his nether regions. However, the man was even faster than her. He easily evaded her attack, and with a press of his knee, he restrained her completely. His movements were quick, precise, and brutal. Who are you? Let go of me. Xia Micheng struggled with all her might. Their bodies rubbed against each other through the thin fabric of their clothes. A low and charismatic voice soon rang by her ear. You ray being rather enthusiastic. Are you that eager in sealing the deal? She was speechless. How obscene. Xia Micheng suddenly realized that the man in this room was probably her new husband. However, her new husband was not at all sickly, quite on the contrary. He was a healthy young man. By then, the man's slender fingers had already moved away from her arm to rest on the buttons of her bodice. undoing them one by one. Xia Micheng quickly grabbed his large hands. I am already being still. What are you doing? Noise? Can you make some noise? Make some noise. Right then, Xia Micheng heard the sneaky whisperings from outside the bedroom. A maid had stopped Madame Lu. Madam, this isn't exactly good. We should go back. SHH. The old lady angrily made a shushing motion. I listen with my ears, not my eyes. Madame Lu was listening in, her entire body pressed against the window frame. Xia Micheng wanted to get up to take a closer look, but Lu Yuzhen grabbed her by the shoulder and pressed her back onto the bed. Hurry up and scream. Xia Micheng guessed that he needed her cooperation in order to put on an act for the old woman outside. However, I can't. Lu Yuzhen's intelligent narrow eyes were as sharp as an eagle's talon in the dark. He looked at the girl under him. She wasn't older than 20. Her brows were currently knitted together and there was reservation in her eyes. Yet, there was the fury of humiliation in them. Lu Yuzhen's large hands came to her top and then he tore it away with a hard yank. Ah! Xia Micheng felt the cold air on her skin and she brought her slender arms up to cover her chest. She was still a young girl after all. She was so startled that she ended up giving a soft cry of shock. A smile tugged on Lu Yuzhen's lips. And you know how to cry out now. She could find no retort to that. Xia Micheng looked up. How shameless. Lu Yuzhen's hands were placed right next to each side of her body. He trapped her within his sturdy embrace from his position above her. And then he began to imitate certain actions. The bed creaked and groaned in the dark room. Just as before, she was still a young girl in the end. Her snow-white earlobes reddened considerably. Just continue to make some noise, or else I am going to do the real thing. Right then, he threatened her. Xia Micheng's lashes fluttered. She didn't doubt his words at all. So she closed her eyes and cried out to play along with his act. Outside, Madame Lu placed her hands together in thankfulness. Oh, this is wonderful. My grandson isn't gay. He isn't impotent. He has finally done the deed. Oh, blessed ancestors. I am going to be able to hold my great-grandchildren soon. Madame Lu jigged in happiness before quickly walking away to light some joss sticks for the family ancestors at the temple. Xia Micheng swiftly reached out to shove the man above her. This time, Lu Yuzhen cooperated and released her. Clack! He switched on the light. A dim yellow light bathed the room. Xia Micheng sat up. She quickly rebuttoned her top, covering up her gleaming shoulder and soft milky skin. She raised her head to look at the man. The man had already gotten off the bed. The light revealed a handsome face. He was good-looking. The lines of his face seemingly sculpted by the gods. Even his movements revealed an inherent distantness and cold, noble elegance. However, Xia Micheng was in no mood to drink in the man's dashing good looks. On the contrary, her pupils shrank. Because this man, it's you. He was the man on the train. He was her new husband. Xia Micheng had known that she was about to marry a terminally ill man, so she had made her preparations. Still, never in her wildest dreams did she imagine that it would be him. She had even loudly laid it on him that day on the train, proclaiming herself as the Orchid Garden's new bride. He had probably been laughing at her in secret as he watched her. Lu Yuzhen's lips formed a smile that didn't quite look like one. You finally recognize me. I've said before that we'll meet again soon. His eyes reflected his contemplation. His butler had told him that the Xia family members had sent a country bumpkin to marry him. So be it then, as long as his grandmother was happy. Moreover, she was the country bumpkin that they spoke of. Still, were country bumpkins supposed to be like her? He had witnessed how she had gotten that scarred man to fall all over her on the train. Welcome to download the Bravonovel App. Read the novel Oops! I Haven't Sent Bride. Go low online and get the latest updates.